So what I want to show you here is how you can enable and disable the light, and how you can dynamically trigger those, right? So we're gonna follow a very common concept like in the Souls-like game, where it's basically when your character goes to something that's very dark, it has like a little light following him around, like something on, you know, that is enabled on the character. You can't see where the source of light comes from, but you can see that is illuminating the around of the character. Right, so to do this, we're gonna control this. So we're gonna press V to enable and V to disable, like we did for all the tutorials before, but this time we're gonna enable and disable the light, right? So just let's go here and let's find the input key, and let's see if we can find V. There you go. Nice. So what we're gonna do that is that we're gonna create a new variable called is light on, right? And I'm gonna bring this here, and I'm gonna create a branch. I'm gonna plug this here. So if the light's on, we wanna make sure it's false, and if it's false, then we make sure it's true. Right. Now let's add the light to the character. So if you go to the viewport here, and let's search for light. So we're gonna use this point of light, right? So you got different types of light. So you got spotlight. So it's when you have a specific light that's pointing to a place. You have the skylight, which is, the skylight. We have a rect light, which is just a rectangular light pointing to a specific part of the scene. But for the purpose of this video, I want to use point of light. Okay. And the point of light here is basically gonna illuminate all the surrounds of the player. So let's place here almost to the close to the player's feet. Okay. If I press play now, the player has a light source coming up. So here we gonna untick the cast shadows. Okay. I'm gonna compile and press play. And right now the light's here, but it's not casting any shadows on the player. It's not even casting shadows on anything else, but we know that the light is here. Right. Now let's enable and disable this dynamically, which is very easy to do. So we're gonna get this, and we did this before with other things, which is set visibility. So when it's true is disable, and when it's false is enable. Okay. Compile and save. And so if I press V, we're gonna get the light, and we're just gonna call the visibility to false. Okay. And that should enable and disable the light by default. Cool. Right. So now we have some control that we can play around. Now what we can do here is we gonna create a very dark scene now. So we're gonna select the directional light, and I'm gonna make sure it's dark, right? So just gonna plug it in that. Cool. So if you press play now, everything's dark. You don't know what's going on. Let me just switch here to unlit, so we know where is our camera. So if I press play now, I'm not able to see anything. But if I press V, I got some light coming up. So this is very like a technique using, scary games where you have some kind of a torch or something on the player's hand, and then you can even make this a bit cooler as well. Which is, we can come to the light here, and we can change the color to something like, I don't know, like a green color, right? Compile and save. And if I press V, there you go. So you got like a very dark already game coming up. So a cool thing as well that we can do here is I'm gonna create a cube. So we're gonna use this. I'm gonna actually create a new one. I'm gonna create a cube that when the player touches the cube, is gonna light the room. So I'm gonna create a new actor. I'm gonna call BP light cube. Okay. And we're gonna open up this, and I am gonna add a cube here, right? Nice. And I'm gonna add here a trigger. sorry, a cube. Volume or sphere. Let's set a sphere collision. I'm just gonna put a sphere because it's easy the player interact with. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a light source, which is gonna be point of light. As you can see, the point of light is gonna be something like yeah, something like this. That's fine. Maybe like this, and then just looking down the floor, and it's gonna be like a purple color or something. Cool. Compile and save. By default, this thing's gonna be disabled, so it's gonna be set visibility. Sorry, set visibility to false. Nice. So let's do this now. So what we're gonna do this, we've done this already. We're gonna get my cube here, my sphere, and as we did before, we're gonna do something begin overlap, and we're gonna the other actor we're gonna cast to BP third person character. Oh, that's the wrong one. Cast to BP third person character. We can do this using interface if you want, but just to keep this video short, I'm gonna use the interface, and then if it's valid, we're gonna make sure that not the sphere, we're gonna get a spotlight set visibility. Nice. So let's see if this works. Bring that here. Right, so we don't know where's the cube. So I know the cube is in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hide this. And the player is walking around and nothing happened. Let's check why. Oh yeah, because I forgot to take this to true. Yeah, so let's go back again. And you see, light come up out of nowhere. So what we can do here is put a bunch of cubes in there around this place and put some in there. Cool. And as the player start to walk around them, it's, you see it start to enable the lights in there. So you see that the game enables and disables the light. So give you this crazy dark atmosphere on the game. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I see you guys in the next tutorial.